Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Ranting Shop. Now, today I want to talk a little bit about Sneaky Link Amber Honey and how I think she has strategized and made it this far in this journey. Now, first of all, people have to come to the realization that Ready to Love is a show. So, at the end of the day, producers have to create storylines, they have to create characters, even though that's not an accurate depiction of the individual, they need to somewhat give people their characters. Okay, so we have Playboy AJ, we have lovable Jason, we have Christian Lady Liz, we have insecure pick me Alexis, we have Kevin Samuels, male misogynistic condescending Ron, we have Playboy Joel, we have Die Hard Ride or Die Venetia, we have fun popular girl, everybody wants her, Tyra. And am I missing anyone? I think I have all the guys. We have Mr. Niche Market, Mr. Spiritual, KG. And then we have sweet, cute, seemingly innocent, don't do anything, Amber. Until we found out that that's not really the case. So, let's get into it. So, I watched Amber's interview with Little Black Book, and I watched Rod's interview with Little Black Book, and we're gonna compare their sides of this story. I'm gonna start with Amber first. The biggest scandal was what we left off with last episode, which was the fact that Ron admitted to Alexis that he kissed Amber and had been talking to Amber all the time. Okay? Now, Amber came on Little Black Book first to explain that they kissed, but they didn't kiss. And one thing that struck me with her interview with Little Black Book was that she said that she did not kiss Ron in a dating setting. So she kept on trying to, find loopholes in what the interviewer was saying so that she could say no. But in actuality, I actually do believe that the kiss happened. It just wasn't on a date on the show. Okay? So according to what Ron said, it was not a filmed thing. They went out on a date because I think it was because she was telling Ron that KG didn't do anything for her for Valentine's Day. And KG has said that he doesn't really celebrate Valentine's Day because something tragic happened on that particular day. So he doesn't attach the same meaning to it as regular people did. So he didn't take her out. So she looked for it from Ron. She asked Ron to take her out because she had heard that Alexis was taken out for Valentine's Day. Now, Alexis and Amber are supposed to be good friends on the show, but they're both kind of seeing Ron, but allegedly she knew that they were dating. Alexis knew that Amber and Ron were also dating each other. So they went out, she and her friends, he went out with her, they went to the club, they danced, and that's how they shared the kiss. And so I don't know, I'm really itching to know what she says next episode as far as the kiss was concerned, because on KG's live she's saying they didn't kiss, but then she's saying they did kiss. So my conclusion from that was that they did kiss, it just wasn't on a date. Okay, now about Joel. Well, the last date we saw in the previous episode, not the episode that just passed, the episode prior, Amber went out with Joel and they shared a kiss on the cheek. And when it came to the women's lounge, she stated, and I like the fact that Kojo pounded her for the truth, because for clarity, because she said, oh, the women already knew that we kissed. The women could have already known, but did you say that you guys kissed, or did you say you guys kissed on the cheek? And she said that she told the women they kissed on the cheek, I guess, and editing took it out. Okay, however, she kissed him again and they kissed on the lips, like they really kissed, but that she didn't tell Venetia about. And she said that it was Joel's responsibility to tell that to Venetia. And my thing about it is, we see a little bit of inconsistency with Amber, and we see a little bit of selfishness and strategy with her as well. Because on the one hand, you're saying that Joel owed Venetia the explanation as far as the second kiss was concerned, and that was the real kiss. You were not responsible for telling Venetia. Okay? All right, fine. However, it becomes hypocritical when we're talking about the last episode when she outed Joel about who his last choice was on the previous episode. Now, we all know that he chose Kyra. However, Venetia wasn't privy to that information. So, Amber placed it upon herself to out Joel in front of Venetia, and Kyra was always also there. So we were all baffled as to why you felt the need to out him and ask him about who his choice was in front of Venetia on that particular day. But when it came to the real kiss you shared with Joel, you felt like it wasn't your place to tell him and that he had to tell her. So tell me how that makes sense. How it makes sense is that Amber felt a kind of way when she found out that Joel didn't say her name. Because remember, they shared a kiss. Remember, they went out on dates, and she was feeling like they were somewhere with each other. But when Joel made it known that his interest was more so with Kyra than with her, she found it baffling, because out of anybody, the logical choice would be for him to say Amber's name, considering him and Amber went out on dates and shared kisses. However, as Kyra stated, she never went out on any date with Joel on the show. And the date she did go out with Joel, the date where she did go out with Joel was a date that was not filmed, and it was something that they just did. It was something where they just met up with each other, and there wasn't any romantic feelings there. It was more so a friendship, because Kyra has stated that she and Joel would not make it anywhere, considering the fact that he has children and she does not want to be a stepmother. So everybody was baffled, that even Kyra, as to why she was chosen. But as Kojo placed it, he chose Kyra because Kyra was Venetia's friend, and he wanted to burn Venetia a little bit. If he said Amber, it would not give the real 1-2 punch. It wouldn't give that little pizzazz, that him saying Kyra would give. And Amber, being, her selfish, prideful self, decided, you know what? Let me just put this out on Front Street, since you want to act like we didn't share any type of connection, and so she outed Joel at that moment, and she said she was shocked that Alexis outed her in front of the group, because they were so closely knit, they were such close friends, that she could have told Amber that privately, or addressed Amber privately, because according to Ron and Amber, Alexis was privy to everything. Ron stated that you already told Alexis about the kiss and the date with Amber, so he was baffled as to why Alexis acted like she did not know anything about that kiss with Amber. At the end of the day, I feel like at some point in the show, it becomes less about the connection you have with someone and more about you lasting until the end of the show. Another thing I should say that made sense to me after listening to their interviews was that a lot of people hated the way Ron spoke to Alexis. Ron admitted to being condescending. He says like that's the nature of how he speaks. It sounds that way. He is that way, as confirmed by his sister. He's not debating that he sounded condescending. However, when he told Alexis that she was smarter than that, he was alluding to the fact that, and speaking about AJ, he didn't understand how Alexis was willing to choose AJ, which was a less stable choice, over him. But at the end of the day, if you look at it like a game and people wanting to survive until the end, it kind of makes sense why Alexis would jump on AJ's bus, because she has no other bus to jump on. She has no other person to rely on for longevity on this show. The only person she has is AJ. Everybody and their mother is aware that AJ is not interested in Alexis. What people are not understanding is that Alexis also knows that AJ is not the person for her. She knows AJ is not interested in her. But you're not peeping the fact that for her at this point, it's about longevity on the show. It's no longer about relationships. Because she cut off her only ride, her only seemingly genuine ride to the end, she cut it off. So now in her mind, she's thinking, okay, how else could I make it as far as I want to? And it became about AJ. You guys do not get it twisted. This woman knows AJ is not interested in her. You guys just discard the fact that people are also playing a game. Don't discard that, because she's in fact playing a game as well. Amber is playing a game. Because at the end of the day, and it's confirmed to me by Ron, producers want KG to have this redemption story. Last season, Naya did him dirty. Naya was not feeling him after she was made aware that he wasn't the man, the leader, the provider that she wanted. And there was nothing wrong with that. It was just her approach that, turned people off. So they brought him on this season to show us, the viewers, that a man like KG, who is not the quote-unquote provider and leader, can successfully be in a relationship. The producers found the person that would take him to the end in Amber, and did not want anybody to come in the way of that, especially not Ron. And Ron was able to understand that Amber was not somebody he could jump over to, because they were saving Amber just for KG. That redemption story was important to them, so they had to make sure that it came to fruition, and they would not let anybody come in the way of that. And Ron understood that, and so he realized that there was nobody left on the show for him. So as he stated, he self-eliminated. Things had broken off with Alexis when he realized that Alexis was going to go for AJ and kissed AJ. He said he was over it and was self-eliminating. Amber, he couldn't go that route because the producers were saving her for KG's redemption story. So he self-eliminated. However, Alexis brought him back on so that instead of him getting off the show, she could give him the proper on-show dismissal. After she did that, that was the end for Ron. So that's how I pieced everything together. So let me give a summary towards the end. What I gathered from what everybody said. Amber did kiss Ron. It just wasn't on the show. Alexis knew. She kissed Joel on the mouth but didn't tell Venetia, but said it was Joel's responsibility to do so. And in the same breath, she felt the need to call Joel out in front of Venetia, pertaining to who his number one was. The reason was because Amber felt away. She maybe felt used. She maybe felt less than. She maybe felt terrible that although she did go out with Joel, and I guess they did have some type of chemistry, he was willing to pick Kyra over her. Alexis called Ron back onto the show so she could eliminate him the proper way. She's jumping onto AJ's coattails because she has no other person to take her on until the end of the show. Alexis is playing a game. Amber is playing a game. Amber is more secure because she's gonna actually make it to the end, considering she's a pivotal puzzle in KG's redemption arc. That's it. Anyways, you guys, if you agree with how I pieced these things together, let me know in the comment section below, and see you next time on The Ranting Shop. Bye bye.